Hey everyone, this is Patrick, and it is time for another edition of Heavy Therapy. This is a tried and true collection update. Maybe you can hear that in the background. I hope you can hear it at least a little bit. We're listening to Chelsea Wolfe and her album from 2015 called Abyss. Chelsea Wolfe is a singer-songwriter. Her albums are put out by Sargent House for the most part. This is the song Iron Moon, currently playing track 2. And she's from Riverside, California, and she blends sort of gothic rock with doom metal and American folk music. Some of her albums are less metallic, less heavy than others. This one is probably her most heaviest as far as musically goes. Heavy albums. Chelsea Wolfe, Abyss is what we are listening to. Alright, so I showed some of these releases in my favorite EPs or favorite LPs of the year so far. Other ones are going to be brand new. So let's begin. First up is a brand new release that I haven't shown before at all in any capacity. It will be in my top albums of the year by the end of the year. It just came out recently. Oh yeah, Outer Heaven with Infinite Psychic Depths. This came out on Relapse, and look at that. Those are the freaking astral gods that seeded the planet and created a species that ended up rebelling against their creator, I believe. Really fantastic gatefold. And this Outer Heaven is a death metal band from Philadelphia. They've been active since 2012. This is their second full-length album. The last full length came out in 2017. This is the Vinyl Altar variant. Vinyl Altar is an amazing heavy metal record store in Philadelphia. It looks amazing on the turntable. It reflects the light back down on the platter in a really cool way. Love that. Man, Outer Heaven, an amazing death metal band. So here's how I would describe their sound. The production is mostly modern sounding, but the style of death metal they play is that sort of mid 1990s brutal death metal, a la Cryptopsy and Suffocation, mixed with some groovier Cannibal Corpse moments, and a couple tracks sound like Carcass playing Cannibal Corpse, if that makes any sense at all. I am thinking of Palisade Chambers. My favorite riffs of the year are on this album. Heavy, hard as fuck riffs on this album. I love this album. I think this is canon. I think this will go down as 2023's one of 2023's best death metal albums, period. Outer Heaven. They do take a couple of listens to get used to the sound. So it's very dense, and the vocals are layered. So it's one vocalist, I believe, but he has higher pitched, mid-ranged, and lower gutturals kind of all combined at once. Often that often is heard in deathcore bands, but this is straight up death metal. There is some hardcore influence here and there. This is an old school death metal sounding project, and love the layered vocals on this. Riffs are outstanding. Give it a chance. Outer Heaven is awesome. That's the first album I wanted to show you today. I guess it's funny that I did not mention who the artist is. The artist of this amazing work is Matt Steiker. And he also did their other LP, and they actually fit together. If you own them both, you'll know what I mean. They fit together quite well. It's one piece. Okay. Next up, I want to go with 2 releases from the same band. This band is out of Denver, Colorado. They also play old school death metal, even though they're a modern act. This is Chronos Compulsion, with Cursed and Decaying is the name of the demo. My buddy Greg Wilson in the comment section will mention how I am bad at camera work, and it is true. Cursed and Decay. I'm trying to block my face there. It doesn't work. Okay. This is a 3-piece. Will on guitar and vocals, John on drums and synth and noise, and Addison on bass. There it is. See? Now I know how to do it. Death metal. This is a demo from 2021 out on Caligari. 3 tracks, 16.5 minutes of music. They sound like Mortiferum. Here's the red shelled tape out on Caligari Records. And the artwork is actually done by, I believe this is done by Rusted. Yeah, Lucas Vardenberg. So you can find him at Lucas Doom on Instagram, also known as Rusted Winds. He did some work for me that will show up very soon on this channel. It might even be this video. I don't know how I'm going to splice this together, when I'm going to publish this one. He created a logo for me, and another awesome, amazing piece that I will show off very soon for my channel here. So there's 2021 demo. Their 2023 demo, or actually EP this time, called Malicious Regression, came out this year. Caligari Records. So this time I picked up even more influences. So I picked up On Death, Fulci, 200 Stab Wounds, Molder, Morbid Angel. This is a bit, but this band is noisier, more cavernous, and fuzzier than those bands. Chronos Compulsion, Malicious Regression. Cool death metal band to look out for. I just love their style. I should say all this style bows down to incantation. Alright, here's the red shell. Out on Caligari Records, should still be available in their distro. Let's see, let's do a vinyl right now. So this was in my top 10 albums of the year so far video. It's a strong contender to stay on my list by the end of the year, most likely. This is the debut full length from Astriferous, Pulsations from the Black Orb. This is a death metal band out of Chile, and this kicks total ass. So, 2023 release out on Misako Un Oho Records. One of my favorite labels currently going. 8 tracks, 34 minutes and 20 seconds of music, and amazing artwork. More artwork there. Album cover by Jason Barnett. And it was recorded live in studio, and it sounds like that. Striferous, blood incantation style. I hear some Carcass. I hear some Demolic. Let's take a look at the variant. It might be black. I don't actually remember. Yep, it's just black, but I'll show it. Yeah, it starts off with a really cool intro, which is an instrumental, not just like an interlude or a movie clip. And then there's also another, I think side B, Forlorn and Immemorial, is also I think it's that track, also another instrumental. And the instrumental kind of has a jazz feel to it. I love the riffs on this album. It's colorful. They're colorful riffs, whatever that means. Maybe I'm just thinking of the album cover as I'm listening to it, but colorful, swirling, heavy, hard, modern yet old school sounding death metal project. Their early stuff is really great. this full length is very great as well. So I'm going to show off another tape. This is Decryptal with Sabazio Colte, and they're based out of Quebec, Canada, and I believe features some members of Sedimentum, which really makes sense. If you like Sedimentum, you might like Decryptal. Sabazio Colte, 4-piece right there, amazing, really cool design and layout, put out on Rotted Life, which is an amazing distro that usually carries stuff from Extremely Rotten as well, and a lot of underground releases. This is their 2023 demo, 5 tracks, almost 20 minutes of music, and I'm trying to get it to focus there. Just another really dark, heavy sounding Ossuary is a band they make me think of a lot. K-Ocean, as I said, Sedimentum, Decryptal, heavy, amazing demo, another band to look forward to in this new era, this fantastic era that we are living through in terms of extreme music releases. One of my favorite bands, period. Had this album for a while. I see on my list that I've never showed it. I've never showed it. If that's untrue, I apologize. I am a fallible person. This is Ulcerate's last full length so far. Stare into Death and Be Still. Ulcerate, New Zealand, dissonant technical death metal. This is their 6th full length. Avant-garde disso death. And this is a 2 LP because their albums tend to be long. This is 8 tracks, 59 minutes of music. Gives you the lyrics on the inner sleeves, which is a really cool way to do it because it's more readable. Black vinyl. Album out on Debut Morty Records. And it took me a while to actually see what the album art was, because it looks like it's kind of like an oil spill, but if you see very closely, there's a person there. And I love Ulcerate. They are melodic, even though they're very dissonant throughout. They use some of my favorite lyrical themes, which is existentialism, cosmic nihilism, but the music can be anxious and neurotic because of what's coming for all of us in the end, but there's a certain stillness to it. Ironic, not ironic, I mean, pun intended, right? Stare into death and be still. There's sort of a type of stoicism about it all that I find comforting in its bleakness, just because it's freaking true, man. It's true what they're singing about, and I'm not always into monsters or Satanism or this and that, but I am always into what Ulcerate sing about. Yeah. This has been a fun collection update to show for you all. If you check out any of these bands, talk to me in the comments about it. Recommend me bands based on what you're hearing. I will just say it one more time. We are listening to the soothing yet dark sounds of Chelsea Wolfe Abyss. And yeah, talk to you all soon. Remember to stay heavy. Bye.